call ourselves the Midnight
You are up.
Okay, Bannock County Commissioners are now in session. Looks like Julie, you're first up.
Julie Hancock, Bannock County Elections Administrator, here to canvass the votes for November 5th's election. This is a new statistics page that reflects the same-day voter registrations.
We just have one of these things? Or?
Yeah, I forgot to print a bunch. It'll be part of the canvas, but there's a statistic page on this canvas too, but it doesn't reflect the same-day voter registrations.
Look at this stuff. We don't have to sign all these, do we?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Well, just tell us a little bit about your adventure.
Well, how much time have you got?
We got all the time you need.
It was crazy. It was, you know, it's stressful when you have a turnout of that magnitude, but
Sign this thing right here.
our team buckled down and rose to the occasion, and we had very few complaints in early voting, and haven't heard anything from the public about what happened on election day. With that volume, I would have expected someone to have an issue at a polling place, but haven't gotten any. So I feel pretty confident that everybody out there on election day was doing their jobs. I mean, we struggled a little bit with turning the hotspot on, getting connected with the e-poll book, stuff like that. So the phones are ringing off the hook with poll workers asking questions at the same time. We've got hundreds of people trying to find out where they go to vote. So it was busy.
Well, I want to say thank you. Looking out my window, I saw a few times when the lines were out and down the driveway, but nobody complaining, simply because you move people through so quickly and so efficient. So you and your team, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll tell them.
And then we were in the middle of destroying your front door construction, and we brought everybody in the backside. The judges and the whole bit, the return of the boxes and stuff. What an amazing night that was in itself.
Yep.
But your team and the crews that you had out there helping people and stuff, I was very impressed. Thank you.
It went really smooth. Jason handled that back there, and and I think everybody was really appreciative that they didn't have to get out of their car. And then the volunteers that he brought on just to pack all that stuff in, because it's a lot of stuff. You know, we keep adding stuff for them to take in and out, and so to have, you know, they worked a 14-hour day, so let's have somebody else haul their stuff, you know. So, yeah, it went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. And even in early voting, we voted, you know, 11,300 people early in person, and we heard 2 complaints about the construction in the front out of that many people. So, I mean, some people said it was even easier to come in the back than in the front.
Well, you got asphalt out there now, so we're getting closer in the front.
Yeah, it looks nice too.
And the ramp out front will make it a lot better than
Yeah, and more parking out front with it being angled, right?
Yeah.
So
The thing that was nice is that line, even when it did build up, it moved really quick. They did a great job. Great team.
Well, I was
Yeah,
at
they
multiple board meetings, and they were all positive.
yeah,
And then board meetings that I went to, well, yeah, I went and took my mother to vote, and it was so simple, and it was fun. So thank you.
good.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And then we had a total of 77% of the registered voters that voted.
Yeah, if you take the number of registered voters at cutoff, which is a couple weeks prior to Election Day, then that other canvas report reflects an 80% turnout. But then when you add 6,400 same-day voter registrations into that, it'll drop that number down to 77.
But what a good deal. 6,400 people registered that day of the election.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some of them were address changes who'd already been registered, but a good majority of them were brand new. And we had a lot of that in early voting also.
good.
6,400 registrations, and a lot of them, they moved to a different spot in Bannock County.
Yeah, within the county, yeah. And we had that a lot in early voting too. We did, in 2 weeks, when I was doing the math, we had 300 or 400 same-day voter registrations in that couple weeks. And then out of that, no, I take that back, 2,000. Out of that were 1,300 brand-new voters. The rest of them were all name changes or address changes.
Out of the 6,400?
No, out of the 6,400, I don't know yet. We're still entering those.
1,300 out of how many?
About 2,000
Okay.
were brand new.
Yeah. Well, I want to take a second here also and just acknowledge you, your staff, your boss here. This is a big deal. And I think people really do not grasp what a big operation this is. Leading up to it, that can be a lot, but the day of, that's a big operation. And I have been very impressed in my time that I've been here as commissioner, canvassed a couple of these things. And your staff has been very professional, and you yourself have been very professional in this whole thing.
Thank you,
And I just want to
Commissioner.
acknowledge that. What a great job I think you guys are doing.
Thanks.
Oh, you got it. Attaboy.
It's very nice to hear. I really appreciate you guys' support. You've always been, all three of you have been so supportive to what we do over there, and so we appreciate that right back.
A motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the canvass of votes as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
I even give a hug on camera. Thank you,
Oh.
thank you.
Thank you. Glad it's over.
Can we keep this?
Yeah.
Or do you need this?
Nope, you keep
She
it.
can
I can
print
print
that
out
one.
another one.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Shanda.
Morning, Commissioners. Shanda Crystal, Chief Procurement Officer, and I have with me here today,
Dan Kendall, Facilities Director.
we have a couple items before the board today. We want to start with the first one, a recommendation to award the Exhibit Hall ceiling invitation to bid. We went out for bid for this project for the Exhibit Hall in Downey. We received one bid back in from KJ Acoustics that has been reviewed. They do meet all mandatory requirements. And we would like to recommend at this time that the award for the Exhibit Hall ceiling invitation to bid go to KJ Acoustics.
Okay, any questions?
This is Exhibit Hall ceiling invitation bid, right?
Correct.
Yeah, no questions.
A motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we award the contract as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Perfect. That dollar amount, sorry, $16,185 is the total of the bid. Because we only did receive one, we do have a caveat there that we're going to ask for an additional detail. What was submitted just had a blanket amount for labor and material, so we'll ask for just a little more information. It is currently in line with in-house estimates, so we don't have any concerns, but we'll just ask for a little more detail in regards and make sure that all lines up. If there's any adjustments, you'll see on the contract that'll come back before the board in a couple weeks.
Okay.
The second item I have before the board is a recommendation to award the Exhibit Hall fire suppression invitation to bid. We went out for invitations to bid on this project. We did receive 2 of them back in. Oh, I apologize. Can I back up? I have a letter prepared for the ceiling, if the board would like to. Sorry, let me go back to this. I apologized. I moved right along and then couldn't figure out why I have more papers than I should. Now switching over to the fire suppression in Downey for the exhibit hall. We did receive 2 bids back in on the fire suppression, one from Legacy Fire Protection and the other from 3D Fire Protection. In reviewing both of the bids, met all mandatory requirements. The low bid on this one is for Legacy Fire Protection in the amount of $62,775. We would like to recommend the award for Exhibit Hall Fire Suppression go to Legacy Fire Protection in that amount.
Question?
Nope.
A motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we award the fire suppression bid as recommended.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Perfect. I will send contracts to those companies as soon as I get back down to the office and get them moving forward just as quickly as possible. Again, they have the deadline of December 4th, having to have all those information back to us in order to move forward with the audit deadline. So,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
All right, Kyle.
Morning, Kyle Bremister, Public Works Director. First off, I have before you 3 sales agreements through Western States. These agreements we're trading in on each one of them. An older piece of equipment, 2 of the pieces are 25 years old. The other one for the grader is a lease return, so we're just releasing a new one. We're using the buyback. But these will all be leases, and they were budgeted for in our lease item in our budget, and they all met for their lease payment is lower than what we had estimated, so we should have the money to be able to fund them.
Any concerns? Christie? I'm good. Good. John?
I'm good.
Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the 3 sales agreements as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 Do you have delivery dates on these? So that we know when the lease-
Probably next week.
So when are the lease documents gonna come forward?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really talked to them about that yet, on the moving them and stuff like that.
Okay, and you're gonna want the titles on the other vehicles, on the other equipment, right? The ones you're trading?
Yeah.
Okay, can you get me, well, I guess I can pull that information off this.
No, I'll get with you and we'll get that stuff.
Okay.
Get them
Because I'll have to
insured.
get that signed by the commission.
Okay. Get the insurance switched out and to the new and stuff like
So
that.
let me know delivery dates.
Okay. You got lots of sign lines.
Yes, there is. Few initials.
Yeah.
All I know is if I miss one, Davenport will have it on my desk. Saying you didn't do this. All right.
And next, I have a license agreement for the usage of some area located at our income yard. This is to try to be good neighbors and to ITD. There's the bridge projects that they have starting next summer. There's not a good place to have their admin building for the contractor, so this is letting Wadsworth Brothers be able to locate that trailer on a piece of ground there so that they're close to the work site. And it shouldn't interrupt any of our work.
And Kyle, if I remember right on that agreement, it's for 1 year with the option to renew just for 1 additional year, right? Doesn't, and then it stops there, you'd have to get a new one?
Yes.
Okay. The only reason I bring that up is because technically it's leasing county property, so we can't go past that 5 years. So this is at most a 2-year agreement, as it sits now?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we added what you suggested about at any time we can do written notice and get out of it,
Yeah.
so.
And it's $100 for the 2 years or 1 year?
For the 2 years.
So it's a 2-year lease.
No, it'd have to be for the 1 year.
It'd be for the 1 year, then if it renews, how I read it, it would be another $100,
Yes.
correct? So-
And they'll send that directly to us, our office.
Yep, I can have them. I haven't gave them the location for that yet, but I can get them.
Are you guys invoicing it?
Yes.
So if Bobette invoices that, we just make sure she sends us a copy, so that when the money shows up, we know why.
Okay.
Motion on the lease?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the lease as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Thank
thank
That's
you.
all I have.
All right, Christie?
Mr. Clauser, Comptroller, I have the roller coaster ride of Coast to Coast invoice that we needed for the building that was supposed to be delivered on Monday. On Friday, we received notice it wouldn't be loaded until Wednesday, and now we have no idea. So,
Yeah, I talked to Jamie.
we prepared a check and had it done as manual check so that we could have the check ready for them on Monday, since they would want that. The check we originally had put together and it was signed on Thursday last week, was for the wrong amount, so we had to void and reissue. So you have before you the invoice to sign, and then here's the commission report with that invoice. Jan's gonna bring that back, store it in our office until we have a new delivery date.
Okay. Yeah, they sent an email Friday
And then we had another one yesterday.
saying, oh, well, you're not gonna get your building, we haven't got it loaded, we haven't done anything yet. We'll let you know, hopefully it'll load Monday. Then we got another email yesterday saying, well, maybe, I'm out of the office on Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see what happens when I get back to the office.
This is what they're telling us.
Mhm. And so along with this, I talked to Dan, I talked to Christie. It cost us $400 to get that forklift down there. And then so much a day to rent that forklift. So I talked to Dan about calling the rental company today and seeing, telling them what the circumstances are and seeing what, because I don't want to spend another $400
Right?
to take it back and get it back out here and stuff. So Dan's gonna talk to the rental company and see what they'll do with this. But I still believe that when we get this on a truck in here, that we send them a bill. Whether it goes anywhere or not, I believe that we send a bill to Coast saying, we've incurred all these extra costs because of what you have done. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Right.
And see what happens, but,
Dan was very proactive and had that equipment down there on Friday last week, just to make sure we had it. And then he kept it for the whole week. And
planned on the insurance going off on next Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was just planned out, and
it was all last minute and rushed, and anyways.
so. Questions about this?
I probably should not ask any questions.
Frustration about this?
That's
You
frustrating.
can count on that.
A motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve, ratify the manual check as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Just sign anywhere. That's just the actual invoice.
This is satisfactory. Our boxes here.
And if I can have the invoice back, Krista can bring the commission report, but at least that one so that I can put it with the check. Thanks.
All right. Resolutions approving change of road name That's resolution number 2024-73. Resolution number 2024-74 is vacating easement in the first edition space access subdivision.
I think it's acres.
My only question on that one, this is the normal process, just to go through and do the resolutions after we had the meeting, the public hearings and stuff. If there's the appeal process that the gentleman asked about.
Right. And that usually starts when the order is signed.
Well, after this.
So when this is done, that actually initiates the appeal period.
Okay, that's it. All right, any questions on these?
Nope.
Motion,
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve resolutions number 2024-73 and 2024-74.
we have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Jason. All right, next we have for
Did you sign both?
signature only, a memo for 2024 anniversary recognitions, and that's to employees that had reached different milestones.
Do you know what date that was around? We need to make sure it's consistent with prior years so that people don't get missed.
I,
And I didn't see this on the agenda, so I didn't have a chance to ask Christie. And I don't see it in the packet to clarify.
well, your name's on it.
I just need to make sure it's ran as of November, just like in the past.
Yeah, you would probably know them individuals.
I do, but, okay, I'll just check with Christie.
I'm not sure.
I just need to know which HR.
Well,
Because we had duplicates one year.
I remember that. Okay, we have tax cancellation request and memos for 2024 anniversary recognition, and also credit application for Vestas uniforms and workplace supplies. Questions on any of them?
No.
Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the tax cancellation request, signature on memo for anniversary recognition, and the credit application as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Where's my credit application? There it is.
No. Did you know what that one was for?
I do, because I asked questions because I had a bunch of different
Just making sure.
stuff on it. So, yep, one of them I went and asked questions about. All right, under the consent agenda, we have manual checks, alcohol license, salary rate approval forms, and minute approval for November 5th and 7th. And with that being said, we'll be at recess until,
You need a motion on this.
oh, didn't we do the consent agenda? We need a motion on the consent agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the consent agenda as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Sure thing.